and welcome back to English for You. I'm Erin.
And I'm Mike.
And, we started talking about festivals yesterday.
That's right, music festivals, yeah.
And we talked about performers playing nonstop. And I think we did mention a little bit about maybe you don't need to go nonstop. You can have some rest. So let's talk about some other common rules or things that you need to know at a festival.
Okay, that's very good advice. I'd say one of the best rules is respect other people at the festival. Everyone's there to have a good time, but if your good time is starting to bother other people, maybe it's time to move the party away or calm the party down because, we're all there to enjoy the event. And if one person is making other people, have not such a good time, well, that's not really fair to everyone else. So respect your fellow festival goers.
Here's another good one. Always have a plan with your friends to know how to meet up with them again if you get lost.
Choose a meeting place. Yeah. That's a very good point.
Especially if you're at a big festival.
That's right. Some of them last for days and there's thousands of people there. And if you want to find your friends, well, maybe your cell phone will work. Often they don't because festivals are often far away from cities. So it's best to kind of say, all right, if we lose everyone, we'll meet there tomorrow evening at 5 p.m.
Right.
And you make sure you do that. And of course, a lot of the other things are just good sense. Make sure you have your rain gear. Make sure you have enough water and food for a little while. Things like that. Just be safe, but mainly have a good time.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's find out more about the Sonic Music Festival in today's article.
Reading. Get ready, kids. Here's what to expect at Sonic 2019. Hey there, festival lovers! Asia's biggest music party is returning to the sunny beaches of southern Taiwan for the third year running. This year, Sonic Music Festival will be in Dulan, Taidong, together with some of the most famous artists in electronic music. This June, enjoy mind-blowing sets from hundreds of DJs while surrounded by one of Taiwan's most stunning landscapes. This year, we're celebrating nature with our very own Taiwanese Summer of Love. To go with that theme, we've built 3 stages that are sure to have something for everyone. There'll be music 24 hours a day at the main stage, and with beachside festival camping, you won't have to miss a beat. Just bring along your own tent to share with friends or rent one on arrival at Sonic. Hungry? Feel free to bring your own picnic and dine outdoors. However, don't forget to drop by the 30-plus food stalls. With food from over 15 different countries, plus choices for vegetarians, it'll be hard to say no. So what are you waiting for? Get your tickets today at www.sonic-festival.com. We'll see you at the beach.
Okay, so our article begins. It sounds like we're still listening to DJ Reggie on the...
I don't think we are, though.
I miss DJ Reggie.
Yeah, this is some rules about that.
I see. Okay, well, it sounds like you're a DJ's beginning the article because it starts off with, "Hey there, festival lovers." Almost like this is an announcer on the radio or someone advertising the festival. But no, it's just someone calling out to all of you people who are listening or reading who love festivals. We're saying hello or hey there festival lovers.
Right. All right, next line in the article says Asia's biggest music party is returning to the sunny beaches of southern Taiwan for the 3rd year running. Now, what we mean here by this word running or by 3rd year running, we mean basically that this festival has happened for 3 years in a row. So if I said 10 years running, that means it's happened 10 years in a row.
Without a break. Okay, so 3 years in a row, or they might also call it the 3rd annual music festival or something like that. All right, and let's find out about it. It says this year, Sonic Music Festival will be in Dulan, Taidong, together with some of the most famous artists in electronic music. Yeah, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. This is a electronic music festival, so dance music, EDM, house, disco, stuff like that. And there were, 200 DJs from around the world. These would be some of the most famous artists or most famous performers in this style of music. So, if you like electronic music, you have to go to this.
All right, and let's find out more about these DJs. It says, this June, enjoy mind-blowing sets from hundreds of DJs while surrounded by one of Taiwan's most stunning landscapes. Now, we used the adjective mind-blowing there. You're not going to blow up your mind. It just means that you're going to love it a lot. It's going to make you think, wow, that was so cool, so amazing.
Is it going to be awesome?
It's going to be awesome.
Is it going to be rad?
And we also said mind-blowing sets. Now, a set in this sense is just the time of music that a certain band or DJ will play.
That's right. Their show, their one performance, and then, then another artist will come on and do their set or their bunch of songs.
Right. All right. Well, we are going to learn more about the word surround in just a second. All right, let's talk about the verb surround. Now, when something surrounds another thing, it goes all the way around it or is on every side of it. Now, here, what we're saying is that you'll see something beautiful everywhere around you in Dulan Taidang, no matter which way you look. Any way you turn, you'll see something beautiful. Here's another example. This big city park is surrounded by tall apartment buildings. All right, so of course we talked about beautiful things everywhere around you. In fact, we used an adjective that is kind of even more descriptive than beautiful, and that was stunning.
That's right, stunning landscapes and things like that. Yeah, stunning is an adjective we often use for things that are so beautiful, so amazing that it almost takes your breath away. It's almost too much for you to really understand when you see it, okay? So it's beautiful, it's attractive, it's amazing, but it's also maybe makes you feel almost like surprise or possibly even shock, okay?
Right.
It's
I didn't know it could be so beautiful.
I have no words for how beautiful and incredible and unbelievably great this is. I'm stunned because this thing I'm seeing is stunning.
That's right. And we are, of course, talking about the landscape in Dulan, Taiwan.
It is quite stunning down
there. It is. I have been there. It's
rocky
beautiful.
Cliffs and then the ocean right there. It's
mountains in the background.
It's incredible.
Okay, so when we use this noun landscape, we are talking about the type of land or area we see. Now, often we talk about this when we're in nature or the countryside. We say it's a beautiful landscape next to the sea sort of thing. However, we can use it to talk about the city sometimes, such as this example here. Josh looked at the city landscape from the top of the mountain.
I've even heard people say cityscape when they're talking about the shape of the buildings rather than the shape of the mountains or something like that. But basically, you're talking about the look of the land in that place that you are at that moment. All right, then back to the article. It says, this year we're celebrating nature with our very own Taiwanese Summer of Love.
Summer of Love.
Okay, so they're celebrating nature, and that's a wonderful part of Taiwan to celebrate nature in, because it is so stunning. And so they're calling it the Summer of Love. Of course, festivals are about having fun, making friends, having a good time.
That's right.
And here they're tying it to the famous Summer of Love in 1967 in San Francisco, when a lot of young people were discovering, festivals and peace and rock and roll and all that kind of thing. So getting into that joyous, fun, happy spirit of people having a good time, good music, wonderful, wonderful events and weekends and stuff like that.
Okay, well, it says here, to go with that theme, we've built 3 stages that are sure to have something for everyone. Now, what we mean by go with here is that we're sort of matching these stages to the theme, the Summer of Love, okay? So maybe one will kind of be like a 1967 hippie stage. There'll be some sunflowers around. It'll be kind of like a peace signs everywhere, and what we're saying here is that we're matching this to another thing. And we can do that with our clothes as well. So if I have a t-shirt on and I ask my friend, oh, does this t-shirt go with these pants? I'm saying, do the colors match? Do they look okay? Do they go together?
Not are they the same, but are they a good combination?
Right.
Do they work well together, even though they are quite different? All right, and yes, we talked about this theme, the theme of the summer of love. Well, a theme is kind of a main idea or main subject behind some kind of artwork, okay? If it's a movie about families and it's about different types of families and the different relationships, well, the theme of the movie is families. We could be telling it through a war movie or a science fiction movie, but if there's this general idea of families in it, that's the theme. That's the theme of the film or the book or the story or the song. For example, the theme of this movie is change.
Okay.
It's about the change in the seasons, the change in people, the change as we get older, all of that change. They kind of talk about it in different ways in the movie, but that's the theme.
Excellent. All right. Well, we did hear about these non-stop performances.
Oh, yes, right.
And it says here, there'll be music 24 hours a day at the main stage. And with beachside festival camping, you won't have to miss a beat.
Okay, so you can sleep while listening to music. But notice there, they said there'd be non-stop music on one stage.
Right.
But remember, there were 3, so I guess you can find
There will be quiet areas.
A quiet area if you don't want to listen to music at 5 a.m.
Smart festival planners will make sure to put the beachside camping away from the 24-hour stage.
It's good to give people choices. It says just bring along your own tent to share with friends or rent one on arrival at Sonik. Yeah, a lot of these places, there might not be hotels nearby, and if there might not be a lot of rooms, so you might have to find your own place to stay. And of course, turning it into a little camping trip as well is a great idea. Plus, you'll save money. So bring a tent, you can share it with friends, or if you're like me and you don't have a tent, well, they have them down there. You'll pay a small amount of money to use one for the weekend. And yes, if you are paying to use something for a short period of time, that is basically to rent. To rent something, this verb is, you're using something that belongs to another person, but they're saying if you pay me this much per hour or per day, you can use it as long as you want. You're not buying it, it's not yours, but as long as you continue to pay, you can use it as if it was yours. We often rent things that are super expensive, like you might rent an apartment because you can't buy one. You might rent a car when you're on holiday because you don't want to buy a car when you go on holiday. Or we rent things for a short period of time. You know, if you go down south and you want to practice your surfing, well, you don't have to buy a surfboard. You can rent one for 2 or 3 hours, use it, and then give it back, and you won't pay any more then. For example, we can rent a surfboard in a shop across from the beach. I guess one of the most popular things to rent these days, and I just thought of it, U-bikes.
Yeah.
You kind of rent a U-bike, right? For even 20 minutes, and you pay just a small amount, but it belongs to them. You pay to use it.
You know what? I actually think I've seen some scooters you can even rent. The WeGo ones?
WeGo, something like that. That's true. You rent cars, scooters, and bikes. Amazing.
All right, so we are going to next talk about the noun arrival. We said upon arrival, you can rent a tent. That's a good rhyme there. Now, on arrival, this is a situation or event of arriving at a place or getting to a place. Now, we use it to talk about the time when a person arrives. We often say on arrival or upon arrival. For example, upon arrival, we checked into the hotel. That means you checked into the hotel when you got to the hotel. You didn't say, I'll just put my bags here and go away. You did it as soon as you arrived.
Oh, okay.
As another example, we could say, we got stuck in traffic, so our arrival will be delayed by 20 minutes. That means you'll get to the place 20 minutes late.
All right, so we know about the music, we know about where the festival is, we know about where we can stay. You can stay in a tent, but a lot of you who are paying attention might go, wait a minute, what about food? Yes, it's true. You need food and drink as well as somewhere to stay if you want to have a good time. So the article says, hungry? It asks it as a question. We could also just say, are you hungry? Or feeling hungry? Hungry? Feel free to bring your own picnic and dine outdoors. So that's cool. You can bring in your own food. A lot of times they're like, no, you have to buy food in here. But this one, you can bring your own food. And they'll probably have people selling simple food, barbecue, and stuff like that inside. So you can dine on your own food, or I'm sure they'll have food there for you to dine on. And yes, to dine, you probably figured it out, is to eat.
Yep.
That's it. Basically, it's kind of a fancy way of saying to eat.
Yeah.
You dine in a restaurant. You don't dine on a hot dog while standing in front of 7-Eleven. You're eating that hot dog. But if it's a nice meal, if it's a special meal, a birthday, or, you know, just something like that, you might say, oh, we dined at this fine restaurant. It's just like eating. For example, for Thanksgiving, most Americans will dine on turkey, gravy, and stuffing, among other things.
Yum, yum, yum. All right, well, we talked about dining outdoors in that sentence. Now, this adverb is used to show that we are talking about things that happen outside of a house or a building. Now, when you dine outdoors, it just means the same as you eat outside. Here's an example sentence. The mom told her kids to turn off the TV and go play outdoors. So stop playing inside, go play outside, get some fresh air. All right, that's the best idea I've heard all day. Go play outdoors. I'll see you guys later.
That's a good idea. Well, the festival's outdoors. You could play outdoors at the festival.
Yep.
And yes, remember we did talk about you can bring your own food in if you want to have a picnic, but it does say, however, bring your food, that's fine, but, or however, don't forget to drop by the 30-plus food stalls. 30-plus meaning more than 30, somewhere between 30 and 40 food stalls. So these small places selling food. And often the food can be quite good.
Yes, absolutely.
You can find some really interesting stuff in these different stalls. This noun, stall, is basically a small table that's kind of been turned into a shop. It's outdoors. We might find a stall at a night market or at a festival or some kind of special event like that. And a business person will come down, and where there was nothing a few hours ago, they'll put up a table with a sign. They might have some simple equipment for cooking. They'll have, you know, places to keep the food and drinks. And then you come over and pay them money just like you were in a restaurant. But it's kind of like a temporary business or restaurant. It's a stall that they're doing business at, probably just that day.
Exactly. All right, well, let's find out what kind of food stalls they are going to have. It says, with food from over 15 different countries, plus choices for vegetarians, it'll be hard to say no.
Cool. So Mexican food, Chinese, Japanese, American burgers, who knows? All sorts of stuff. But yes, more and more people are vegetarians.
That's true.
It's good that they're thinking about those folks too.
That's right. Of course, vegetarians is a noun here. We're using vegetarian as a noun, which means we're talking about people who don't eat meat and sometimes fish. Now, vegetarian can also be used as an adjective to describe things that don't have meat or use meat in any way. So we could use it like this: vegetarian restaurant, vegetarian meals. I am a vegetarian, so I eat at vegetarian restaurants.
So you would have a vegetarian pizza if you were
Exactly.
ordering pizza, or I might buy you a vegetarian cookbook, not a cookbook with steak and pork and chicken in it, but lots of things
vegetables.
with vegetables. There you go. So the article asks, what are you waiting for? We often hear this in advertising, or someone might say this to you after they've told you so many wonderful things, so many great things, so many things that you have to love. And they're like, why are you still here? Go buy your tickets now. What are you waiting for?
Right, and he says right here, get your tickets today at www.sonic-festival.com.
What was that again?
www.sonic-festival.com.
Got it.
All
and
right.
we'll see you at the beach.
That's right.
how we close. So again, we're kind of guessing. You're definitely going to this. You're probably buying your tickets right now. Great.
We'll see you there.
We'll see you there. In other words, we'll see you I'm sure we'll meet up when the festival begins.
All right. Well, of course, that is the end of our article today. Let's finish off once again with our For You chat.
For You chat.
All right, so music festivals. We mentioned how popular they are and how many choices we have here in Taiwan. And every year there are more and more jazz, blues, rock, electronic music, all sorts. But here's the question for our chat. If you could create your own music festival, what would it be like? What kind of music do you love, or what kind of music do you think should have a festival but doesn't right now? And why? Why do you think that would be a great idea?
You know, I don't know.
Okay.
I like lots of different kinds of music, so
Yeah.
the music wouldn't be so important to me. I could just pick a genre and go from there.
Okay.
But I have a certain thing that I would like to see. Everyone would have to wear a costume to get in. I like it. I like dressing up in costumes.
Okay, so kind of like a Halloween-themed music
Yeah,
festival.
a little bit of a
but
fancy dress.
maybe
I
you don't
guess.
have to have a scary costume, just don't dress like yourself.
Right.
You could have one where you dress up like your favorite musician.
Yeah,
Something
anything
like that.
you want, right?
Have all these Beatles and Elvises and, Jolyns walking around. That would be kind of interesting. What
That would
about
be
you
cool.
guys? Is there a music out there that you would love to see at a festival? Or maybe you have an idea for a theme, for kind of an idea, for a general idea or look about a festival. Have a chat about that, and we will hopefully see you back here very, very soon for more great articles.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Get ready, kids! Here's what to expect at Sonic 2019. Hey there, festival lovers! Asia's biggest music party is returning to the sunny beaches of southern Taiwan for the third year running. This year, Sonic Music Festival will be in Dulan, Taidong, together with some of the most famous artists in electronic music. This June, enjoy mind-blowing sets from hundreds of DJs while surrounded by one of Taiwan's most stunning landscapes. This year, we're celebrating nature with our very own Taiwanese Summer of Love. To go with that theme, we've built 3 stages that are sure to have something for everyone. There'll be music 24 hours a day at the main stage, and with beachside festival camping, you won't have to miss a beat. Just bring along your own tent to share with friends or rent one on arrival at Sonic. Hungry? Feel free to bring your own picnic and dine outdoors. However, don't forget to drop by the 30-plus food stalls. With food from over 15 different countries, plus choices for vegetarians, it'll be hard to say no. So what are you waiting for? Get your tickets today at www.sonic-festival.com. We'll see you at the beach.
Vocabulary Review.
Surround. Police surrounded the thieves and told them to put their hands up. Theme. This movie's theme is a little difficult to understand, but it has to do with God. Rent. Instead of owning a home, I rent an apartment in the city. Arrival. Upon the plane's arrival, the passengers immediately started turning on their cell phones. Dine. The card said that Tanya was formally invited to dine with the prince next weekend. Outdoors. My aunt spends a lot of time outdoors and enjoys taking walks and riding her bike.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net。 www.english4u.net。